Missy, would you mind scooting the camera back so we can get the full shot of us as we're going through this sort of thing? So we actually have plots, because something to pay attention to is with these historical sort of things, you have to pay attention to period pieces such as fans. Women in Jane Austen's time would have fans and they would be fanning themselves, like so. So, this is a serious conflict. It's a big moment in Elizabeth Bennet's character.
And you have to think about the way of standing as that character. So
yes.
For Elizabeth,
for example, no woman before 1960 would stand here. Well, Lady Catherine, I don't know.
You don't do the hip thing.
You don't do the hip thing.
You have to stand like the character.
You have to stand perhaps a foot forward, and posture is key.
Posture
is critical. Posture.
You are not posh unless you have posture.
Exactly, that's what we tell our students here. So, starting here. Miss Bennet, your family. You're right here. My family.
My family?
And that's the hard thing. Sometimes it's just so funny, you just have to crack up. And that's the great thing about being an actress is sometimes you just have to let loose and crack up sometimes. So funny. So, how many sisters have you, Miss Bennet?
I have 4 sisters.
That is a great many.
Indeed. I am the second.
Are they handsome?
Indeed.
And do your sisters play and sing? Do you draw?
No, not at all.
What? None of you? Turn the page. That is very strange. Has your governess left you?
We never had a governess.
No governess? How was that possible? 5 daughters brought up at home without a governess. I never heard of such a thing. Your mother must have been quite a slave to your education.
Not perhaps as you might think.
Well then, who taught you? Who attended to you?
Such of us as wished to learn never wanted the means. We were always encouraged to read, and books were always provided. Those who wished to be idle certainly might.
Hold the script for me, will you?
And you always want to end with a script.
No doubt. But that is what a governess will prevent, had I known your mother. I should have advised her most strenuously to engage one. Are any of your younger sisters out?
Yes, ma'am. All.
What? All 5 at once? Very odd. The younger one's out before the eldest are married.
But really, ma'am, I think it'd be very hard upon younger sisters that they should not have their share of society amusement, because the elder may not have means or an inclination to marry early.
Upon my word you give. Your opinion very decidedly for so young a person. Pray, what is your age?
With 3 younger sisters grown up, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own to it.
And that's how you do it. So
and you have to end with a bit of a pose.
Yes, a sort of something to end the scene.
Period piece. So they would usually end the conversation.
They would normally lean back in a sort of flirtatious manner where there is a gentleman in the room. And so,
it's really,
if you'll redirect the camera to over here. So that was a very, that piece is difficult. It's really difficult to do that piece well. As you probably were able to hear, I think Sandra and I pulled it off, but we can drop the accents now, right? It's over. That's the fun thing with acting. It's like trying to pretend, only
it's serious, yeah.
It's intense.
It's not playing around, you know. It's very serious in many ways. So
it is, and the truth is, if you want to get to our level, on the professional performing industry level, you need to find a very objective person to tell you flat out.
Yes.
Do you have talent or not? Because
some people don't have that fate, you know. We're not
all stars.
You know, you're not like Sandra. You just can't all be Sandra Lenning. You know, that's just not what it is.
Thersa Kawoski.
Not Thersa.
And the truth is, we didn't get to our level overnight. I think I said earlier, you know, you're born with it, but you have to train.
Like it took me like 3 weeks to begin to develop to really
to
have
really
that skill.
get there.
Yes.
Yeah.